Hello, I am Ruta,
And I am Friederike Peters.
and together we are
Friederike Peters?
Ruta. Welcome!
Welcome! So, last time something came up concerning the topic of self expression and how we choose to present ourselves in different situations. And Ruta had the idea to make this the topic of this video. So, yeah, maybe you can share something about that idea.
Yeah, so basically the situation was probably quite familiar to many people. I think we were talking something about like pictures, when you have either professional picture or picture that looks really good, and then you kind of like either post it somewhere, or you have a picture and then you show it to someone, and then you hear this comment, "Oh wow, it looks really good, but it doesn't look like you," or "Oh wow, well, it doesn't really, I can't recognize you, it doesn't look like you." And basically what happens, at least with me, when I hear that, I'm like, so are you saying that in the normal life usually I don't look that good? Which is true, and I know this is true, but also another thing which I think you said was very good thing to say is like, well, this is a picture of mine, so it is me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, after all, I think we have all different sides of ourselves. And many sides that we don't get to show in our everyday lives, depending on what our job is, right? It might be something more or less creative, but still, I don't know, like maybe there's someone who is the most normal, white collar worker and likes to dress up in heels and put makeup on and have beautiful pictures taken of him, right?
Yeah.
And this is an extreme example, but it's still him. It's still the same person. And it's just a side of him that he doesn't share with a lot of people.
Yeah. So I think the reason why we wanted to probably talk about this is like it is interesting how once people who know you, and they are either your friends or colleagues or co-workers or family, they know you and they see you, for example, in the everyday life, what you like to wear, how you like to do your hair, the colors you use, the shoes you wear, and then when you do something out of the pattern, they seem to think it's not you. Especially, which is kind of like is understandable, because probably people around you don't really associate you with that type of either looks or behavior, but that kind of feels like you almost, or at least it makes me feel when I hear those comments, it means like, okay, so what are you trying to do? You're not like that. But I do like to feel like I can be like that. And, like for me, it's a form of self-expression. Also, even when you do a photo session and you have a different styles of outfit or different styles of hairdo, and then you can see, okay, I can have this playful look, or I can have this super elegant look, or like I could look very natural with the messy hair, that kind of style going on, or I can have something super refined, like with the enhanced makeup, eyeline, things like that. So I guess what I would like to, what the idea that I would like to spread is it's kind of like, okay to have different sides of you, and it would be also good if everybody could accept, let's say, you as you, even if you don't look like you, you know, because maybe it is even my own insecurity. Sometimes I would thinking like, did I really look that good in that picture? Was it really me? And then when somebody else comes and they ask, is it really you in that picture? I'm like, I don't know myself because it looks very good, you know? That kind of experience. So I don't know, did you have anything like that happening to you? Or what frustrates you about this? I would like to know.
I guess what frustrates me is advice that comes along with comments like this. So it's totally okay if somebody says, oh, well, this doesn't look like you, or, you know, that's unusual. Because, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe in my normal life, I don't put full makeup on, you know, and I don't get to wear super elegant things all the time, or sexy things, or whatever, right? We have a kind of a personal style that suits our life.
Yeah.
But what I really dislike is when people then say, oh, you know, you should maybe consider doing this kind of lipstick, or, you know, like, this is not really natural. You should, this should be different. Because it's one thing to say it's different, and it's another thing to say you have to change it.
Yeah.
But like, why?
Yeah.
You know? I was, as a singer, making a video kind of calendar of Advent, what we do in Germany, where we open like a little gift every day leading up to Christmas Eve. And I created this with songs. So almost every day I posted a new Christmas song recording that I had recorded at home. And of course for that I always put makeup on, or maybe I put a little Christmas hat on or something. And I don't know, like, some people were like, oh, you know, your makeup is too much and this and that. And I'm just like, you know, just leave me alone, you know, because maybe it's more than usual, but I like it that way.
Yeah. The part where I get really kind of like, I guess, frustrated or furious is thinking that I should be fitting in some sort of frame. So let's say once I establish my style, I'm not allowed to deviate from that. And then I'm like, what is this? You know, what is this? Why I'm not allowed to deviate? You know, today I like red, tomorrow I like black, you know, and the next day I want to have a floral dress. So, yeah, I think it's probably lots of that frustration comes not so much from external, but probably from the internal, where back in the days, I don't know if you had uniform in your school. No, okay. Well, we didn't really have a full uniform all the time, but we had like jackets that we had to wear, or, you know, certain color trousers that we needed to have with that jacket. So it was kind of like a restrictive environment for self-expression, especially, you know, what you're going to wear or how you're going to look. You know, earrings allowed, or that kind of earrings not allowed, makeup allowed, or so much makeup is not allowed. So to me, this is almost like the voices of the external are representing the voices that I have internalized back when I was not really allowed to have my freedom to choose, you know, how I want to look and what I want to wear. So that's another kind of thing that I think comes from that.
Yeah, I feel like that's totally something to examine. If, you know, the comments or the criticism that you get from the outside make you angry, or, you know, uncomfortable in a way, it probably reflects something within yourself that's also not sure. Because usually when you wear things with an attitude of this is me, then people might act surprised, but they're going to keep their mouth shut, or they're actually going to admire it, you know. But if you wear something or do something, it doesn't have to be just clothes or makeup, right? And it comes from an insecurity, or there is insecurity anyway, then it's very likely that you'll have that reflected in other people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I started making videos, because I do post videos every once in a while on my Facebook page and whatever, some people told me, well, you know, this doesn't sound like you, it's like inauthentic. And I'm like, wait a minute, but if we're having a friendship conversation one-to-one, it is different than, you know, when I'm talking to an audience and I'm trying to explain something. But because this has triggered me, I examined it and I thought, well, maybe I am putting myself too much into the role of the teacher. So I think that through, you know, accepting that, now my approach to making these videos has changed. And I do sometimes think of, you know, my audience as my friends, you know, because then I will then I will choose different words.
Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like depending on who your audience is or who you think your audience is, you will automatically adjust your style to be understandable and to be received. So I guess for those people who are around you and who know you very well, and you don't need to adjust your style of communication to be understood or to be received, it is kind of like almost like kind of not really shocking sight to see, but it's kind of unexpected sight to see, and may look like a fake sight to see, and may feel like a, you know, facade or some kind of not authentic persona. But I think even the personas that we create is also parts, you know, like they are parts of us. We create them for some kind of purpose. And I think as long as we don't pretend that, okay, this is the totality of me, I'm always like this, it's fine.
So can I ask you a personal question?
Ask me personal questions.
Because when we started with this, I remember you saying, well, I'm coming out of the closet now because I'm still in the corporate job. And what we are doing now is something very unusual for most of your current surroundings. So how did you make peace with that? Or are you still uncomfortable, and how do you deal with that?
I kind of made a peace with that. I understand that there is some kind of like a little bit still, I guess, insecurity about it, because obviously people who know me, let's say at my corporate job, they kind of know me, but they don't really know me, or not everybody know me. Okay, they just know one side of me. And I had the fear, what I call coming out of closet, but the coming out of closet is a completely different type of career that I'm doing in there, and I'm speaking about like in here. And to have this judgment that but you're not like that, or like how is she doing that, like she is doing the job like that, you know, I never actually see her in that context. I think it was also once again internal judgment that I had within myself. But then I made a peace with it, or as much as I could make a peace with it, I did so by thinking, okay, there is a part of me like that who I have been representing. My corporate side is the part of me that I have been representing to all people externally for a really, really long time. And this part, you know, the spiritual, the intuitive, life coaching, healing, that kind of part, it's always been part of me. It's just that I have never been showing it to people externally. So I think I started slowly, you know, I found some new friends who more representative of this side of me, so which made me feel validated and secure about expressing myself as an intuitive person. which gave me like a stronghold, or it gave me some kind of like a supporting structure to not to be afraid to express myself like that. And then gradually, as I felt like I have support from that side, I started kind of to feel a little bit calmer about presenting myself within the corporate context about doing this. So the tactics that at the moment I'm using is, so I do this as like the coaching, the healing work. I'm doing it at my days when I'm not working, or most of the days that I'm not working at my corporate job. And my corporate job, I'm doing my corporate job. I don't really too much talk about this, but if anybody asks, I don't really, like pretend or lie, but I don't really advertise, because I understand that the public or the demographics that are interested in this kind of healing modalities and alternative kind of ways of thinking is probably not that, does not represent majority of people in that. So it's just like kind of making a peace with understanding that it's okay not to be fully understood on that side, and it is okay not to fully express myself on that side, and I'm gonna have a different avenue. I'm creating myself a different avenue to express myself on this side.
Yeah.
Which seems to be working fine.
Yeah. I would always encourage people to let these other hidden parts of themselves trickle through.
Yeah.
Because I've made the experience quite a few times where, like, months after what seemed like a random conversation to me, a person was writing me like, you don't know what you did for me, because, now I changed my life and I'm doing this and this and this, and because you pointed that out. And I'm like, really? Did I? Wait a minute, you didn't even have a session with me. But like just colleagues from normal jobs or from the artist world who start to be interested, in these kinds of topics.
Yeah, I think trickling down effect kind of comes naturally as you become more comfortable with yourself, because then I feel like I experience a process of that happening to me. I'm still in a process of that happening to me, but you kind of naturally stop censoring yourself that much, and you are naturally start to kind of feel okay to express your true ideas rather than just. So yeah, we are talking not only about the looks, not only about what you wear, but things that you speak, things that you value, things that you choose. Yeah. So it becomes kind of trickle down effect, spread down effect, butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Did you have? I'm curious about, let's say, your friends and family who knew you since you were very little. Were they surprised about your changes in behaviors or some choices that you make?
Yes. Well, everyone was very surprised after I graduated from high school, because I have been going straight A's all my life, graduated as the best of my class. And, everyone was expecting me to study law or psychology or, some kind of diplomacy kind of thing, right? And it wasn't like I wasn't interested in these things. I mean, I was never interested in law, let's admit that. But after high school, I basically didn't know what to do with my life. I remember sitting there having printed out pages and pages and pages of university programs from, international business, international communications, psychology, communication and sociology, and musical theater, and all of these things, and all over the place with all these possibilities, and I just freaked out, and I'm like, I can't do this. So, and from there, I completely interrupted my life in a way, or the life that everybody thought I would live. which would be probably being some kind of junior professor somewhere. And it's awkward too, because I know, you know, sometimes I wonder, couldn't I have made it a little bit easier for myself, right? Since then, I've done so many things so differently that now people are like, she's just doing her thing.
Yeah.
I guess what would surprise people now if I were to decide, you know what, I'm going to get like a 9-to-5 job now, I'm done with this. That would be a really big surprise now.
Yeah, I actually, you know, like I feel what's happening is like with the people and also my environment or what was happening. So I guess the first few times when I communicated my crazy ideas, they were like, okay, we are very supportive. Okay, yes, you go and you do it. You need to do it and you go and you do it. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and do it. Next time I communicated my crazy ideas, they're like, yeah, you if you really feel like you should do it, you go and you do it. And then next time, you know, another crazy idea, then another crazy idea. And then at some point people, I feel like what starts to happen with self-expression, as you keep on doing brave things and you keep on like making bold choices and you keep on expressing yourself in the most unexpected ways, or shall we say, you choose to express yourself in a ways that feels good for you, rather than you would assess that's what people would expect from me, or probably that's what I should do according to my mom and dad or society expectations. You basically receive that get out of jail free card, which means she's doing crazy things all the time. We cannot really predict her behavior. We cannot really predict her choices. So probably we could leave her alone. So I actually find I have gained lots of personal freedom. Even like my self-judgment has reduced a lot by doing kind of unexpected things, or things that probably people say, this is not like you. You know, this is not like you. So everything that you do, which is not like you, I believe is actually broadens the concept of you.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story, do the things that people say this is not like you.
Yeah. I mean, I would say always, you know, listen in and see if it triggers you in a way, and then find out if, you know, what that reflects. And because there may be things where it's actually true, where you're like, you know what, they're right, you know, because sometimes your friends do know you well, but you know, also just try things out.
Also, I think sometimes friends, they think they know you well, but there is a little corner at the back of your mind which they didn't get to know, and
Yes.
you know, and they're like, oh, this is not like you, and then you're thinking to yourself, but I've been thinking about it for the last 8 years, it's just that I didn't communicate, right? So it's just kind of like me, it's just that you guys don't know this is like me. So I do agree with you. Sometimes also it's like you may think that you want to do some things, but actually it does not really truly resonate with you. Yeah.
So if anyone wants to find out whether something resonates with them or not, or how they can express themselves better, they can contact you or me.
Yes. We help. We are very helpful people. Right. So we're going to put our contact details and everything, and enjoy expressing yourself in the most unexpected ways for the week and the month to come. And tell me about it. Advert right here.